Welcome to another video with Invest with the Doctor. My name is Dr. Haider. During the day, I'm an accident emergency doctor, and during the night, I am an investor and a trader. Now, on Friday, the stock markets tumbled and crashed, and so did the crypto market as well. Um, now, what happened was that the U.S. Equity sold off sharply. S&P dropped 2.7%, and the Nasdaq went down 3.5%. For these indexes, this is a big drop. The catalyst was renewed trade rhetoric by Trump, who threatened 100% tariffs on Chinese goods in retaliation for China export controls on rare earth. Markets are signaling higher risk, more volatility, and possible rotation away from growth and into risk or defensive hedging assets. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to protect your portfolio from the drawdowns or corrections that are going to be happening. I've been talking about this for a little while, and if you notice my last video, I also mentioned that you should be either in quality stocks, gold, silver, or Bitcoin, or all three of these, or a combination. That would be entirely up to you. So if you're in stocks, you need to be in quality stocks, quality companies that will give you the maximum gains in the long run. Gold and silver is more defensive, but at the moment, gold and silver are both in bull runs, so this is a good time to be in gold and silver. And for Bitcoin, this is seasonally the best time to be in Bitcoin, even after this stock market and crypto tumble. So you might wonder why this is happening. Now, what's happening is that the interest payments on US national debt as of second quarter 2025 is amounting to 1.16 trillion US dollars, which is huge. And this is why people are, it's surprising me that people are wondering why gold is going up. And I think one of the reasons is the debt itself. Now, in my last video, if you remember, I mentioned the situation here in the UK and the general public, and they're feeling the squeeze that is happening as well. I showed you 3 BBC articles which mentioned what's going on in this country. So what do you do during this time? So you might see that your stocks have gone down quite a bit on Friday, and when the markets open next week, or by the time this video is released, it would be today. So when you see the stock market open today, it might tumble more than what it did on Friday, or might just continue. I don't know. But I would lean toward assuming a medium to long-term horizon. If you're thinking about weeks to months, um, um, there will be drawdowns, but ultimately, I think if markets overshoot to the downside, use these pullbacks to selectively add in high quality names or themes. I've been posting on X on Trading 212, and I'm also doing this video so that you know what you need to get into with what's going on in the market. So you need to size your entries conservatively because of high volatility in the market. So gold or gold ETFs, I'd lean into these more aggressively now as a hedge. Gold miners and metal stocks, if you want more leverage to gold, would make sense. The trade rhetoric might calm or escalate further. If tensions ease, market could rebound sharply. So they fall and they could just rise as quickly. And you never know. I don't think anybody knows. So that's why I think stocks or good stocks makes a lot of sense. The second is gold and silver, and the third is Bitcoin itself because of seasonality. Now, I'm going to give you specific examples of what you need to get into in this video. I don't want to waste your time, and I want you to understand what's happening. Now, let me show you. This is the gold chart itself. And you would have noticed that in all my videos, I show you charts. And the reason being, you can see what is happening to the price quite easily. If there is if you want to see what's going on and if you want to understand what's happening in the market, you need to look at the charts and you need to experience the charts yourselves. Because if you don't see the price movements, the figures or number don't mean anything. So if you this is the gold chart. So what does 4,017 US dollars mean on gold? Okay. Now if you look at this chart, this is the weekly chart. Okay. So this is a weekly chart of gold. You will understand what is happening here. Okay. Every week, look at this, look at these candles. These are Heiken Ashi candles. I always talk about Heiken Ashi candles, and they're going up. Okay. They're going up all the way. So every week the price of gold is climbing and is climbing like crazy. This looks to me more like a gold stock than anything else. Okay. Look at this RSI. Okay. It's in overbought territory for absolutely ages. And what's happening to the price? It's going parabolic. Okay. MACD has been positive for a while and stays in this state. So if you don't want a big hit to your portfolio, you should get into gold. How would you get into gold? You can buy physical gold, you can buy gold coins or gold bars, but an easier way or something for you to do just at home is to get into gold ETFs. And I've mentioned this a number of times before in my videos and in my posts. This is my channel itself, and if you go down on the YouTube channel, I started talking about these things. So I used to talk about stocks and stuff, you can see here. And then about 5 months ago, I've done why invest in gold. So 6 months ago, if you can see, I started mentioning why you should be investing in gold. And that was a fantastic time to get into gold. Then 5 months ago, I've mentioned which gold stocks you should get into. So that was a fantastic time to get into gold stocks. I talked about gold stocks and the risk levels also 5 months ago because I saw this coming. Now, if you had at that time entered into gold stocks, you would be up more than, you would have doubled the amount of money you would have made by now. Now, I'm not saying this because I think that just listening to me is the best way to go, but I was looking at the market and seeing these things, and that's why I did these videos at the time, and I thought it's quite timely to get into these things. And if you notice, apart from the stocks, I started talking about gold because I saw the moves gold was making. So this is another video that I did 2 months ago, and this one is called Make Money with Gold Stocks. Then I made a video profiting from gold stocks. Then I talked about rise of silver mining stocks. I talked about which gold stocks are at all-time high. This was a month ago. Then 3 weeks ago, I did silver. And since then, silver has been rising like crazy. So if you were into these things, you would be sitting here and you would have made all this gain. Now, I don't want to disappoint you. I'm just trying to say that I was looking at the market and I was seeing the way things are moving, which was my reason to tell you what's going on in the market. So now with the way the market is moving, I still see a lot of potential for gold and silver, and I see potential for other stocks as well, which I'm going to mention in this video and in my posts. So this is the chart for the gold ETF. This is iShares Gold. Okay, the ticker for is IAU. Again, this is a weekly chart. As you can see, it looks very similar to the gold chart itself. Okay, it's got the kind of setup that I really like, which is the blue above the red, which is above the green. This is the 200 week, 50 week, and 21 week. Okay, again, you can see the same thing here. RSI in oversold territories and MACD positive. So to invest gold, you can either buy bullion bars or get into iShares Gold Trust. Again, this is the weekly chart. What else can you get into to protect your portfolio? This is GDX. Okay, this is the VanEck Gold Miners. Okay, the ticker is GDX, VanEck Gold Miners. Okay, again, this is the weekly chart. Okay, and what do you see here? Weekly candles climbing like crazy. Okay, especially with all the uncertainty that's happening, this is still likely to go up. There might be small drawdowns. Okay, you might see a few red candles here and there. Okay, but this will continue going up higher. Why? Because inflation is at a rise. The monetary debt situation of US, UK, Australia, Canada, all of these countries is going up. Okay, so the purchasing power of the average person is going to go down. So that means gold and gold stocks, silver, they are going to go up. Okay, so this is GDX. Another one that I think makes a lot of sense is GDXJ. I mentioned this a number of times in my videos, and there is a reason why I'm mentioning this. Look at this. So if you watched my video at any time, you would have benefited from the way the stock has been rising. This is the weekly chart, okay, of GDX. Okay, weekly chart. So you can still get into GDXJ if you want to protect your portfolio. Again, the same kind of setup. You see, look at the overbought RSI, look at the MACD, look at how it's trending. Okay, so still not too late. You should have some in your portfolio, especially if you want smaller drawdowns, if you don't want your portfolio to absolutely collapse. I think it makes sense to be in this GDXJ. Now, this is the silver chart. Now, silver has hit my price target of $50. In my videos, I kept talking about this stock. Again, if you look at my channel, I made this video here especially, and it's called Silver Rising. I made 3 weeks ago, and I was saying that the price of silver is going to hit $50. Well, now it has. Now it is $50. So it has hit this $50 target now. There is quite a bit of resistance on $50. So the price may not skyrocket from this $50. It may stall here a little bit, may fall, may just move sideways, but then ultimately it's going to go up. Okay, ultimately it's going to go up, which is why I think it makes sense to be in silver. Again, what can you do? You can buy physical silver bullion, or you can buy silver coins, or you could do the following, which is get into this ETF, which is SLV, iShares Silver Trust. Okay, SLV. Again, this is the weekly chart, and it looks identical to the price of silver that you just saw. Okay, again, it's identical. So you can buy physical silver, or you can just buy SLV stock itself. Okay, again, this will protect your portfolio from big drawdowns. Okay, so gold, iShares Gold Trust, or GDXJ. I've already mentioned to you for silver. It is iShares Silver Trust. Okay, also you can get into this one. if you want more leverage. So this is SIL, Global X Silver Miners. Okay, and they move when silver moves. This moves a lot faster than silver itself. Okay, again, this is the weekly chart, SIL. Okay, again, the same kind of setup: blue over the red over the green. Okay, the RSI, overbought territory, MACD positive. Again, the same thing. And look at the volume of people buying. Look at the volume of people buying. Do you see anything? Okay, it's climbing, so people are still buying, and more people. So you didn't see many people buying here. Okay, this is a weekly chart. Look at, for so long there weren't many people buying. Okay, then you saw a little bit of buying here, and then it went down. Okay, but right now look at all these people buying. Okay, why are they buying? Because the price is moving parabolically. Okay, this is, each of these is a weekly candle itself, weekly Heikin-Ashi candle. So gold, um, gold miners, silver or silver miners you can get into. Now I'll show you a few more things that will be able to protect your portfolio, because this video is more about defensive stocks or things that you can get into that will not give you big drawdowns. Okay, so next one is a stock called CCJ, or Cameco Corporation. This is a uranium miner company. Okay, quite a profitable company. I've been in and out of this stock for a while. Again, this is the weekly chart itself. I think this is it formed a base here, and now it's coming out of the base itself. Okay, I think likely it will also go up, with all the shenanigans that are happening in the stock market itself. Again, the same kind of setup: blue over the red over the green. This is all long term, so we are talking about weeks here. Again, RSI, same thing. MACD is going to go into green. Okay, so the ticker symbol for this stock is CCJ, Cameco Corporation. This is a uranium miner that I think would make a lot of sense to be in your portfolio. And I'm talking about weeks and months, and just to protect your portfolio, I think this makes a lot of sense. Another one is called I hope you're writing this on a piece of paper or somewhere to take down the tickers, so you can see the chart for yourself, and also decide whether it makes sense to you. So the ticker for it is UUUU. It's called Energy Fuels. Again, this is also a uranium miner. Okay, again, this is the weekly chart itself, and look at what's happening. Okay, again, the same kind of setup, same thing, so I won't repeat it again here. So the third one, also another uranium miner that I want to mention here, is called UEC, Uranium Energy Corporation. Okay, again, this is the weekly chart. Okay, same kind of setup, and look at what's happening to the price. Okay, blue, red, green. Again, overbought. Okay, this is going to move towards green. Again, this is another one that I think would make a lot of sense. Now, instead of these uranium miners that I mentioned, you can get into this one, which is the last ticker that I'm going to mention, which is URA. This is Global X Uranium ETF. Okay, URA on the weekly chart. And look at the weekly chart. Look at all these weekly candles. So it's formed a base here, and now it's moving out of the base itself. Okay. Again, the same kind of thing: blue over the red over the green. Okay, and this is the weekly chart. So this is what's going to happen in the coming few weeks and months. Again, you can see people are getting into this. Okay, so RSI again in overbought territory, and the MACD is positive. So in summary, okay, I've just mentioned all the defensive plays, not all of them, but quite a few of them that you can get into. I've given you concrete examples of tickers that you can get into to protect your portfolio. So if you don't have them, I think would make a lot of sense from my point of view. This is just me sort of discussing the kind of things that I have in my portfolio to protect myself, okay, so that you don't see very big drawdowns or falls of 10, 15, 20, 30% in your portfolio. I also mentioned sort of the stocks that to get into, and these are usually very good companies that I mentioned. Even if you see that the stock price is dropping, I wouldn't be worried about the the ones that I've posted about, because these are good companies that are going to recover fairly quickly when there is a recovery. Okay, but if the market keeps on going down, then you need to be in the defensive stocks that I've mentioned here. I'll be making more videos like this in the future. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.